gentlemen, to another edition of Binary Life, and today we'll solve the multiply word in string. Let's read it fast. You are to write a function that takes a string as a first parameter, something like this. This is a string. The string will be a string of words. You are expected to then use the second parameter, that's this 3 here, which will be an integer, to find the corresponding word in the given string. The first word will be 0, so we have 0, 1, 2, 3. So the word string is the third, is at index 3. Once you have located the string, you are finally going to multiply it by the third provider. So we'll locate the string at index 3, which is the word string. In this case, we multiply by 5 and we return something like this: string written 5 times. You are additionally required to add a hyphen, yes, as we can see. So let's try to solve this. I'm going to the code editor. Right, the first thing to do is to probably split the string into arrays so that we can have an array of words. So I'm going to create a constant. Let me just call it a string array, which is made up of the string splitted with the space parameter. And then if we console.log this thing, the string array, what do we get? We get something like this. So that since it's an array, we can now get the index. So how do we get the index? We certainly get the index at the position lock. So let me go to the node console so that we can try some things. So if I have an array like this, let's put it into an array. What if I do something like index of, I think there should be something like that. What's the index of 3 minus 1? How do I get the, I actually need to do something like this. Array, if I say array of 3, we get string. That's it. So here I need to get array of log for this case. That's it. I need to get array of log and multiply it this number of times. So I'm just going to create an answer. It's a variable that's going to get the answer. Let's just put it to an empty string. So let's just create a small for loop. I starts at 0 and I ends at num. Right. What do we have to do? Every time we'll do this number of times, num times. So what do we do? Inside answer, I am going to add our string array of log. That's actually the string at this position that we have to multiply the number of times. We're going to add that, and then we're going to concatenate it with the hyphen. That's it. So if I console log answer at this stage, what do we have? We have something like this, which is what we want, except for the last the last hyphen, which we don't need. So I can end. There are multiple ways to do that. I can just end here at -1. So if I console log, what do we have? We have something like this, which is 4 instead of 5, and then at the end of the loop I'll add the extra. That's a very simple way to do that. I'm going to add the extra string, and if I console log answer, I think we get our string 5 times. So that's a very simple solution and a way to do that, and then we can just return it. Now I'm just going to comment at this and return our answer. That's it. So let's just make it clean. I can remove this, and this for loop can be done in one line, but let's just leave it like that. All right, that's it. Let's do this and let's submit, so that we can see what other people have done. Array.fill is to fill an array n times. Well, that's a very good function. Let's just see how to manipulate the fill. So if I have an empty array here, array1 is like this, and if I say array1 dot fill with 3, what do I get? I think let's just Google it so that we can see how that thing works. Fill JavaScript. Let's do this. So this is a fruit array here, and then fruits.fill with kiwi. What does that get us? Let's just test that. So we have something like this. That's fruits, and then fruits.fill, let's fill it with kiwi. All right, I see it replaces everything inside here with kiwi. That's great. So what about this case? Let's test this one so that we can understand better how that function works. Yeah, that's because fruits was already declared. Let's just declare it fruits2, and then let's do the fruits dot fill with kiwi is set to 4. Sorry, I need to do something like this, and this is fruits2 actually. So initially fruits was like this: banana, oranges, apple, and mango. So we're filled kiwi starting from index 2 to index 4. That's index 2 and 3. That's what happened. So we have the value that we have to fill, the start and the end. So let's come back to our code to try to understand this. So this is an array of length n. We decide to fill it with something. So let's come back to our array. It looks like this. So I'm going to declare second one. Constant array2 is something like this. Array2 of 4 dot fill. Let's just fill this with kiwi. I'm trying to understand this. Okay, right, so we have array of n dot fill with zeros. Let's do that. All right, n is uncut. Let's say 3. All right, so this is an array of 3 elements all filled with the number 2. That's basically what was done here. So this is an array of n elements. N was the number of times we're supposed to repeat here. So he decided to fill it with that particular word that we had to obtain from our array after it was split, and then he decided to join it with a dash. This is very, very clever solution. Actually very clever. All right, so this is using repeat. Repeat is another cool function. Like if you repeat something multiple times, like let's just declare a string here having a ban inside. So if I do something like string dot repeat 4 times, I obtain something like that, ban 4 times. So that is what he tried to do. He took the word that we wanted after the split and the lock and added the dash here. So it forms the word with the hyphen, and then it decides to repeat this number of times, and then this slice permits to remove the last minus sign. Remember, we had the last dash sign, so this slice remove it. It just slices the word and remove the last character. Let's just attempt to even see. So this is our string here, ban. So if I say the string and slice, starting from 0, the very first element, and n at -1, that's the last element, we get the ba without the n. That's what happened. So he repeated it a number of times, and then he removed the last dash. This is very clever solution. Right, so I'm going to stop here for today, and thanks for viewing, and see you for another coding challenge.